James, and I'm here for the ones who came before. This is episode 14 of Rally the Creed. On this episode, we have a very funny guest who loves AC as much as any of us. He's very talented, and he's part of the ones who came before video content creation team. It's Calvin. Round of applause, everybody.
Let's go! Need like a fake pause or something. There we go.
Yeah, well, I'll get Charlie to add that in just to.
I'd love to see that.
That'd be great. So my first question, and I think it's the big AC news right now.
Yes, now go for it.
Is that Marc-Alexis Côté was being asked to leave Ubisoft, or he got fired. And we wasn't sure what really happened, but on his LinkedIn profile, he said that he was asked to leave.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? Do you think it's a good thing for the franchise moving forward? Obviously, he's been a big part of Assassin's Creed for a long time. Do you think that this is a good thing for the franchise, or do you?
I don't know much on the situation, truth be told. I feel like everything is for a reason. You know, we don't know the full story, nor that we ever will. So obviously for a company, if they have to make sacrifices and changes like that, it's definitely for a good reason. Whether it benefits a franchise or a game, something has to be done. So if it's for a respectful reason, then yes. But if it's for he wanted change or wanted to move on with his career, then you got to respect the person to do it. Obviously, Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed has been going on for a long time now, so they haven't kept the same team throughout that time. It's always changed and evolved, and one of the things that sometimes change can be a good thing. So who knows? As long as he's gone off with a blast and he's on to a new career, that's the main thing. So can only wish him the best, you know.
For me, I think that it's a good thing and it's not a good thing. So it's like I think it's good. Change is always good. We know that getting new ideas in is always a good thing because you can see things from a different angle. But that being said, he knows the franchise. We don't know whoever takes his place next, whether it's part of this Tencent subsidiary studio or it's going to be someone from Ubisoft side. We don't know. So for me, I'm excited but also very apprehensive at the same time. And I also think that Cole's idea is good. It should be steered by a team and not just by one person. I think that way you can kind of steer away from blame and it's his fault. Because I posted his LinkedIn message on Twitter, and the amount of comments I got on there of he's this and that, and it's just really weird that.
Yeah, for interview. That'd be good.
Yeah. So actually, I messaged him on LinkedIn, and I'm waiting to hear back whether he replies or not. That's another story. But that would be I think it would be like a world exclusive brought to you by the ones who came before. That would be a great thing.
Yeah, definitely would.
So this. What we were talking about earlier leads me onto my next question of, have you always wanted to do, I can't remember if Cole asked you this before, but if you've always wanted to do some form of video content creation or skits or whatever because I see that you post a lot of camera, like you take a lot of pictures and stuff, and you've got a new camera and stuff. So is that something you've always wanted to do? Is it always been in the back of your mind?
So I won't go into too much depth because we'll be here all night, and obviously we got places to be, things to do. But I've always been in that spotlight of like that creativity side, you know, being in front of the camera, being behind it, directing, all that kind of stuff. And I just I love it. I think I thrive off it too much, and it's a big part of my persona and personality of just being loud, obnoxious, creative, and I just love it. You know, coming up with ideas, whether it's content for the ones that came before or just anything. I love it, and I think it's a big part of my personality. And just, I've been doing it like creating content for years since I was a
Yeah,
kid. I used to go around with a camera, be in the front, come up with ideas. Like it's just always been natural. I used to YouTube. That changed because I did that for a while, then stopped. But it's just something that's been a passion of mine for a while. So I just love it. Chatting rubbish, trying to make videos, make people enjoy their day, and just doing what I can really. I
yeah,
just hobby really. And if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to be angry about it. But yeah, no, it's there's definitely a lot more to come, a lot more to do, and I cannot wait to see the future and what stuff the ones that came before provide and do, and
yeah,
see grow as well.
yeah. That would be that's um
So I felt like
that's kind of where I'm. It's not something I've always wanted to do. It was something I did. Um, Something I spoke about my last episode with Rick. That I ended up doing content creation as a way to get over a bad breakup, and now it's spiraled into this massive thing. And I couldn't be happier. And being with the ones that came before you, I look forward to seeing what we can do and all sorts. And
enjoy
talking
it.
about skits, oh, I love doing it.
Yeah,
If I'm not, I'm a chef. If I'm at work, I'm generally thinking about what videos I can do next. Oh, uh, what
yeah,
what can we talk about next? What can we do next? Will this be funny? Will this be a good video? So I'm constantly thinking, even when we're out and about, we do a lot of museums and a lot of castles and stuff, me and the family, and I'm forever going, oh, I could take a picture of this, and this would work like this, and this would do
yeah.
this, and this could do this. So I feel like my brain's constantly moving, and I thoroughly enjoy it. There's been periods where you're like, it's just not going anywhere. It's not doing anything. We're not getting anything. And then I hit 1,000 followers the other day, and I was like, oh, actually, we are getting somewhere.
It shows the effort as well. When you've been working so hard for something, and you seeing it paying off. It's honestly one of the best feelings.
Yeah,
It's like, wow, it's finally worth it. It was great. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. 'Cause some people see do it just for the sake of it.
yeah,
But I feel like with life and stuff, it's so stressful and tricky, and to break from that escape and noise and just kind of like do something that's fun, whether it's gaming or doing something silly with friends or whatever. Like it's just about those little things. It's just keeping that going
yeah,
is just important, and sometimes it
yeah.
can be easily forgotten. So yeah, no, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Seriously,
So I we all play video games to escape and what have you. And
important.
yeah, I I don't I don't go out and drink. I don't go to clubs. I'm far too old for a club these days. They would
Oh, do
ask
you
for it.
know? Come on.
37 this year.
What? No, I
Yeah,
don't believe. This
mate,
ain't
I'm
me, big.
old.
I don't believe that.
No, I'm old, mate.
The
I'm 37 this year.
I
37
would
this
have,
year.
if I just met you in person, I would have said maybe like late 20s, like 27,
Yeah,
28.
so
Hey, you
you
got
can
that
be my best.
moisturizer being
No,
on
no,
point.
you can be my best friend now. But the camera, I'm so
Fair
far away from
play.
the camera. The wrinkles are hidden, the greys are. But yeah, I'm far too old for that. So for me, busy week at work. Like last week, I did four 12-hour days. And
Yeah,
by Thursday, I was like, I'm ready for bed now.
hibernation. Yeah,
Yeah, but I get
yeah,
to come home, sit in the office, chill out, and enjoy myself,
yeah.
and just zone out. Um,
Nice. What'd you do out of interest? What'd you do?
so I'm a chef.
Yeah.
I
Oh my God.
cook. I'm on my
I
feet all
respect
day.
that,
Yeah,
man. That is one of the one of the jobs I've ever looked at and gone, wow, I could never ever do that. Because obviously the stress, the responsibility, the hard work, like I don't think anyone realizes how much effort, especially if it's a busy day for you guys. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
Respect that,
uh,
respect that, man.
the highest amount we've done this year on any, like on a day, is like 300 and like 360,
Yeah.
like an hour and a half. That's like that's a lot of people. Oh, oh, it's back.
So I was sharing on my story.
Okay.
Trying to promote the live stream, you know?
So in the last couple of episodes, we've been talking about mental health and stuff, and it's something we've touched on quite a few times. And I wanted to know from you if you're comfortable talking about this stuff.
Yeah, anything, man.
Is
I'm
how
quite big.
how does looking after your mental health look? Being a content creator for you, how does that look, and how do you feel about it?
Uh, I think mental health needs and should be spoken about more. I think at the end of the day, the way the world is, it's you against you. And obviously, you are the most important thing on this world, this planet. And if you have people you care about and love, whether it's children, a wife, parents, you won't be able to do that if you're not in the position of needing care. And the
Yeah,
way the world is, it's so hard with stresses of bills, responsibility, even just being a man or woman. Like, it's so hard. So, and if you haven't got your head wrapped around things or it's not stable, then things can collapse, things can fall apart. So, yes, mental health is important and it's very passionate and it can destroy people's relationships. Uh, and it can just go really wrong if it's not looked after and noticed. And then obviously I know it's quite hard to deal with that and grow from that, but as long as you acknowledge that and you're willing to improve, that is the main thing. And I could talk a lot more about this, but like I said earlier, we'll be here all
yeah,
day if we did. But yes, if you're going through anything in life now, whether it's something little or something big, just speak about it. It's so hard, and the way the world is so hard, and little things will eventually add up to big things. So if there's anything going along, please talk to someone, family, relative. There's hotlines you can call, or whether there's lines you can call. Just speak about your problems, address them, become aware of them, and learn to want to build and grow from that process. So yes, that is what I'd say to everybody who's watching now or listening. Just please, you are the special. You are the most important thing on this planet. So just work on building yourself and progressing as a human being 'cause it's hard.
it
So
is.
yeah, sorry, I got on a bit then, but
Yeah, no, it's a
yeah,
hard
it's
thing to
important.
talk about. I think, especially for um, some people, it's a really difficult thing to speak about. For myself, I always thought it was a sign of weakness and it was something not to be spoken about. Um, but as I get older, I realise that a problem shared is a problem halved, and the more you speak to people, um, the easier it becomes.
Yeah,
And that being said, I still find it difficult sometimes now talking about stuff, but I have a very supportive group around me that are all like, James, what's the matter? Talk to me.
yeah.
Tell me what you're. So I have a very good support group. How about yourself? Is there someone around you that has your back
Yeah.
and like, is very
I think
supportive of you?
it's a big thing. Just I think especially during childhood, if there's any childhood trauma or any experiences, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but being a man, I feel like you said, you're growing up to be
Yeah,
hard as nails, not express stuff, and for a man's point of view. that's what it's been like. And yeah, no, there's a few people in my life that I would go tell anything to, you know. But yeah, like I say, the the way the world is now, it's been spoken about more, which is good. But there's a lot more we need to do, whether it's in the workplace or just your mental capacity. It needs to be sorted and looked after and kind of cherished because it's so
Yeah,
important. That's what keeps you sane. That's what keeps you going. You know, that's
yeah,
what keeps you
definitely.
thriving and being alive and being alive and breathing. I think we all forget. You know, I think as where we are in the world, we're so privileged with having a roof over our
Yeah,
head, having electric gas. Some people don't have that. Fucking hell, some people don't even eat, man. You
yeah,
know, I think we forget how privileged we are. So it's always good to kind of acknowledge that and be like, look, you know what? Although things ain't my way right now, we've got things that other people don't, and some people are struggling a lot worse. So if we can just take our minds and attitudes back to that, then we can kind of press on, you know? So yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's people's mindsets and attitudes are very different,
yeah,
and I'm honestly quite open and keen to understand people's mindsets,
yeah.
and then maybe even take stuff from that and put it into my own perspective. Yeah. What about you?
I
What
remember,
do you think?
I remember being told something when I was, before I was a chef, I was a care assistant for the elderly. And I remember being told by one of the old ladies that no matter there is somebody in this world whose life is better because you exist right now. You may not know it, you may not understand it, but someone if you wasn't here, somebody's life would be worse. You being here makes the world better. No matter who you are, you're here for a reason. Everyone's life is better because you're here. And it's something that's always stuck with me. I'm like, because then you think about the people that you know and the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. But then and that's normal stuff. But then as a content creator, your videos that somebody sees halfway across the world, you don't know if that person was waiting to see that video, and that video they've seen that video and they just feel better about themselves and their life is better because of you and what you've done. And you don't know how many people's lives you've touched without realizing it. And it's something that's always stuck in the back of my head, like in the back of my head. And if I'm ever feeling, I'll be very honest, I had some very horrible thoughts when I was many years ago. If I ever have those thoughts again, I always think that you're here for a reason and you're here to make someone's life better. And that's all you need to remember.
Yeah. I think that's quite brave of you actually as well to say that on live stream and to talk about that quite openly is a big step in
Yeah,
just not just about how you feel, but as you as a person. To say and admit that, and some people are quite ashamed and embarrassed. For you to say that's quite a big step for you. So like for you, James, you should be
yeah,
quite proud of saying
yeah.
that. And
I
this is the first time we're talking as
yeah,
well,
it's
but
yeah,
right now it's like it doesn't feel like that, and I love that.
yeah.
So
I I try.
respect James, man.
Thank you.
Well done, man.
I try to
Well done.
be, because it's sometimes I'm very mental health is very like a big issue. Um, Not just for men. It's a thing that affects women too, and it affects everybody. But I think we spoke about it earlier that men are told you need to suck it up and you need to be a man and you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to do this. And I think for men, it's really difficult to open up about stuff that we feel. So I always think it's important that if you're struggling, to go speak to somebody, to go have these chats, and to be open and honest about these things. Because if, like I
Amen,
said,
man. Amen.
there could be somebody watching this is like, I'm a man, I don't need to go and tell anybody my feelings. Then see us two just casually talking about it like it's nothing. It's nothing
It's
to
the
be
first time
ashamed.
I've spoken to him in person as
Yeah,
well, by the way. It's the first time I've ever seen this beautiful man's face, and here we are. Like, it's great. I love that.
the to, the first thing. So that video we did together, the collab, was the
Oh,
first time that I saw that video. I was like, I need to do this. This needs, and
yeah, that's
doing, and it's these things that, yes, we have bad days, but the days get better. Like, the days do get better. There was times where I didn't think I'd get through the day, and now I have my own house. I have a beautiful fiance. I have all these things going great. So you never know what's around the corner, and trust me, talk to somebody and your life gets better. I promise you.
I'm gonna ask you a question now. This is off the books.
Go on.
Tell me, because you just broke with your fiance. Tell me about love, man. Tell me about it.
Ah, this is
You're picking up the mental health case. I thought I'm gonna throw that question in.
That's fine.
Tell me about it.
It's a good question.
Some people don't know or don't go through that. I've never have, So
You've never. I don't. Love is such an emotion. It's difficult to explain. That, like, for me, it always felt like a piece of me was missing. Right? Do you remember those? You probably don't because you're a lot younger than I am. But there used to be chains in jewelry shops that used to have half a heart, and it used to be broken in half.
Yeah. And now, yeah.
Yeah, but they used to have, you used to give it to your significant other, and you'd have the other piece, and you'd be two pieces that make a heart. And actually, that is, I know you can hear me. I know I'm being very careful with my words.
That's why I asked the question, because I knew she was in the chat.
So for me, it's
sorry, brother.
I've always felt like something is missing. There's always been a piece missing, and with everything, I always felt that piece was missing. And then you lay eyes on someone for the first time, and you actually realize that there isn't a piece of you missing. There's a person missing, and that person makes you whole, and that person is you. And together you are you guys. And for me, love is magical and frustrating and annoying and beautiful, but yeah, it's a tough thing to explain. Like, I could explain pretty much every emotion for you, but love, it's difficult. It's a tough one. I've got 4 children, and when my eldest was born, and I held her in the hospital for the first time, I was told that I was instantly feel love for this person. And when I held my daughter for the first time, I was like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel any different. I don't feel this magical love thing that everyone's talking about. And then we took my daughter home, and I walked through the door with my daughter in a travel cart, and I walked her through, and I was like, actually, and it instantly hit me, and I can't look at my daughter now without feeling immense, just this overwhelming joy of looking at her and thinking, that's my daughter. She's a piece of me is walking around. And yeah, love's a difficult one. That is such a good question. That's probably so on the spot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that on you.
No, that's
because I'm going through. Yeah, I was going through some things in myself at the moment, so I just kind of like, and I saw someone was texting on the chat, and I was like, might as well ask the question, put you on the spot. So
Yeah,
you
go,
do, yeah.
go for it. It's. I hope my answer helps. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I always have, when anyone asks me anything, I have an analogy for everything. There's always an analogy for something. But love, there's no words that can describe.
So,
I just don't think there's words that can describe it.
yeah.
Um,
We'll got our own pictures of it anyway, because obviously people go through different
yeah,
stuff, don't they? So makes sense.
everyone, and you can have love, but in different types of love. Like I love the Philadelphia Eagles. I love my
Pizza.
children. I love pizza. Yeah, I love Assassin's Creed. I love all these things, but that love is different to the love that I feel for my partner. It's different, but the same at the same time.
Nothing compares.
Yeah, nothing does compare to walking through the door after a long, hard day and just hearing the words "I love you." It's pretty special.
Oh man, good play. Respect that.
Oh, right, let's get off the love topic because
Yeah, go on. Yeah,
we're getting a bit. I've been
we can be when I did that stuff.
Next week, have you seen that show with Ricky Gervais, The Afterlife?
Yeah. Of course, I wish it when it came out. It was so good.
Yeah,
Deep, very
that
deep.
It's such a good TV show, and I think his explanation on love is I think watching that show, if you ever need to question what love is, watch that show. It's such a good show. Let's get off the love stuff and let's move on to the Assassin's Creed stuff. Firstly, have you been playing Claws of Awaji? Have you been playing Shadows? If you have,
No.
You haven't?
I haven't. No. Have you?
I have. I think I've got one more mission to do for Claws of Awaji, but
is it a DLC that's worth the buy?
I think so, definitely. So I got it for free because I pre-ordered the game, but I think if you were going to buy it, it definitely adds something to the game. But what it adds to the game, it only adds on the island of Awaji. So I would like it if they did the stuff that they implemented for that, like the tripwires and the ambushes and all these different things. I wish they'd add it to the main game as well, because it added so much life and so much enjoyment to the game. And my next question, I expected us to have a bit more Shadows talk, but I hear that you're a massive Mirage fan.
I thought it was Mirage was quite a shock. You know, some people were quite gutted with the performance and the story, but I kind of liked it. It kind of felt like going a bit back in time. I know it wasn't as the idea that everybody had about them saying it's going to be like the old games, but it kind of gave you that little bit of feel like it was going back then, you know. And although it wasn't as what they said it was fully, it was still kind of felt that nostalgic vibe to it. And yeah, I thought the parkour was quite good, considering obviously there was things to improve on, but I thought it was a better from the previous game.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Mirage. I have it in my top 5 AC games of all time.
They did an update recently as well on the game. Is that correct?
They've got a DLC coming out on the 18th of November. We get a new area, new weapons, new outfits, new story. So that was going to be my question. Are you looking forward to the DLC? And it's going to be free as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's good. I feel like it gives people a reminder that the game's still there. You know, like it came out years ago. It was a different insight to Valhalla, and it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air. So it's good to kind of go back to the older games because there's nothing wrong with that as
Yeah.
well. You know, so that, and to have something new as well, it makes it worth the trip of going back and doing it. So yeah, no, it's good, very good, definitely worth it. And from what I've seen of stuff online, it could be a different ball game for DLCs completely.
Yeah, so it's adding it's so we get freedom in parkour back. We're getting
Yeah,
updates to a couple of things, new tools and what have you. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good addition. Obviously, Mirage came out 2 years ago, um, so it's weird that the game's getting a new DLC 2 years later. But I'm also looking forward to it because Mirage, I thought, was a great game. I've said it thousands of times before. If they decide to remake AC1, it is going to look like Mirage. It's going to look exactly like
yeah,
Mirage. Um,
also will.
and I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not, I'm not bad. I'm not angry about that. It's,
yeah,
it's a great looking game.
I think that's the way Assassin's Creed has gone in now. You know, it started off doing the old way it was, but then went to RPG, and then it's kind of gone off that, but still doing the same kind of concept.
Yeah,
So I think that's their style now. I don't see them ever going back to the original unless it needed to. But yeah, no, I think that's kind of like the new style. But it's nice that they've mixed both together instead of just being one niche or another. They've got two, and they've put them together,
yeah.
which is quite cool. So kind
I
of like
think
best of both worlds.
yeah.
Would
So
you
we
say
had
that's something? Oh,
so obviously we had the original games, and then I would
great.
say from probably so Unity and Syndicate, I think, are a hybrid of the old and the new.
Mm,
There's a lot more customization. There's more. Um, yeah, it's very combat heavy. There's upgrades and all sorts, and I think that's. I think it was kind of we were always heading to the RPG era. That was always going to be the way that the story would go. I would like to see them go back to the original style because I want to see how everybody reacts to that.
oh god,
Because
yeah.
the amount of fans that probably would be like, oh well, actually, we quite like the RPG games because they were actually gave us more content and they were good. Because I saw it the other day actually that someone was like, Unity's the best AC game ever. I was like, do you realize it had the worst launch of any AC game ever?
It got done so bad, didn't it?
Yeah,
That's because they had bugs and lags
yeah,
that didn't and they actually didn't promote it as well as they should have, compared to others, and just yeah, I think the glitches and the bit of a rough story mode didn't really help the game
yeah,
launch. When they added the multiplayer stuff, I think that's what kind of saved it a little bit because I think
yeah,
Assassin's Creed fans, that's what they were looking for. They were looking to play cooperative on missions and other stuff, and like no AC game did that apart from like multiplayer games online. But that's completely different
yeah,
to a storyline. So yeah, like I said, saved it a little bit, but not enough for it to
yeah,
be memorable, which is a shame because it had high hopes.
yeah. So Noah says that Unity heist with friends was peak.
It
Um,
was, yeah, it was, it really was.
I I would be inclined to agree. Have you tried playing multiplayer in Unity now? Because
No,
multiplayer in Unity now is dreadful. You get people
really.
you get people just running off ahead or um, not really caring. You got people leaving halfway through. It's just not.
This is what I mean about older games. Like for me, I loved Assassin's Creed Black Flag's multiplayer. That was such a game changer, and like the servers were so good. But obviously, as the game got older, less people played. So obviously, you need people to play, and if there's no
Yeah.
one there, you're not going to be able to play a game because you ain't got enough people in the
Yeah,
game, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So it's kind of like, I think the Unity has the same thing that, although, like that gentleman said, it was peak, it was really good. Over time, the game got older, other games were being made,
Yeah.
people gave less of a care. And then, yeah, no, it was, like I say,
Would
like Noah said, it was good. It was one of those things that time just took it over. So,
would you be happy with an entirely multiplayer Assassin's Creed game? So let's say story, it's linear, but it's multiplayer. You get to play with a drop in, drop out system. How how would you feel about
I think no. I think separate them. So
that?
like
Okay.
Noah said as well, Black Flags, Revelations, and uh, Brotherhood. Sorry,
Brotherhood,
I did
yeah.
that. They all did that multiplayer stuff, but they kept them separate. So you had like your single player multiplayer, or single player story mode, which has the characters, blah blah. That's your own story. But if you fancied a bit of change, but the same game, a little bit of a different concept, but with people, then you
Yeah.
could avert and change to that. So I think if they were going to do something like that, keep them separate. I think if you're trying to mash things together, it could be a bit messy, and like you say,
Okay.
people can just bail out whenever. Yeah, like I said, some people might disagree, but for me, I feel like keep them separate but together. You know, like single
Yeah.
player, you do your thing, do the story. Multiplayer, if you fancy playing with friends or going out and just upgrading your characters on that, then that's there. That's the option. You have two different things. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like that. Would you?
I I don't know. I don't personally think I like multiplayer in Assassin's Creed. Um,
No.
but if I had a multiplayer, like the story was just multiplayer, kind of like what was that prison game called where you could play multiplayer with a friend?
Takes two.
Yeah, that. So somewhat
Oh, I
similar
love
to
that
that.
game.
If you could have like a multiplayer, both doing the same missions at like the mission at the same time,
Yeah.
different, maybe that could work. But
A way out. That's it. A way
that's
out.
it. Yeah, I think
Takes
that
two's
that could.
another two
Yeah,
player game.
I think that could
Yeah.
work.
Cheers, Noel.
Um, yeah, I think that would work. I'm just not. I just don't think
That's,
multiplayer belongs in an Assassin's Creed
yeah.
game. I find it
I
really.
don't know. Yeah, I agree what you're saying, but I think, you know, if you're wanting to play the story mode and someone comes in and then they leave, but you need them to be there to do it, it's like
Yeah,
then you're stuck on that and you can't progress forward. Whereas if you do the single player, you can start it whenever you want, you can complete it whenever you want, no one's interrupting. And if you wanted the multiplayer, then you can, you know, you've got the option. But yeah, I
so
do get your point as well.
so what about if it was done like um, something like Borderlands, for instance, where you could finish it single player if you wanted, but
Yeah.
there is the option to have people join you, which would make it easier.
Yeah. I think games they have their different styles and way.
Yeah,
I feel like Borderlands is quite outrageous and quite
yeah,
there that it can have that style of needing people there to help you through missions and side quests and whatnot. But I feel like Assassin's Creed is quite to a personal level.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
quite like you're you're not playing the game, you're in the game. You
mm,
are the protagonist playing that, and I feel like if they did that in Assassin's Creed, you'd lose a bit of that charm to it and it wouldn't
okay,
be the game it is today. So
yeah,
like I said, I do get your point, but I also disagree because I feel like you kind of lose that bit of that part of the feel of the game and fans that's what fans are there for. They're there
yes,
to not play the game but to be there in that moment and experiencing being this character, going through
yeah.
memories, going through history and stuff like that, and feeling how they feel, you know. So, but yeah, It's
No,
weird.
I agree. I was kind of playing devil's advocate, but I kind of agree. I think it works better on a much more single player, personal level. I'm just surprised that I keep seeing that Ubisoft loves money apparently, and I'm surprised we've never had a Assassin's Creed Battle Royale. Um, because
They
that
have
was
done they have done like collaborations with that kind of battle
yeah, they
royale
have,
kind of stuff.
yeah,
But I feel like although Ubisoft can sometimes have a bit of a bad rep, they do kind of go out with their games. You
yeah,
know, they do put the effort, time, and they want you to feel the same level as they do. So it's not always about the money, but at the same time, money is a big factor in creating something like that, especially that big as well. Like it's not just Assassin's Creed; it's a franchise. It's a
yeah,
name that thousands, 100,000 people know. You know, so it's a big deal. So yeah.
yeah. No, so obviously, I don't know if you know, but Mirage's DLC. Essentially, we've got it because Saudi Arabia wants to increase tourism in the region of Lua. So that's why we've got the
Okay.
DLC. So my question is, do you think that potentially other countries could do the same and we could have more collaborations with Ubisoft to get new DLCs to games like Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla? And do you think that this could potentially open up the door for um, a different style of marketing in gaming in general? If the game is set in an area, could a country essentially pay for a DLC to boost tourism in the area? How do you?
Do you know, that's actually a really good question. I think that is a good marketing technique and that is a good idea. And I think to want to involve foreigners into a franchise and make them feel kind of welcomed and to do that is a good way to expand your country, your name, and to bring people in. But you can release something, and if it's bad, it's a bad reputation.
Yeah,
I think if it's a good storyline, it's the right time and makes sense,
mm,
then it works. Whereas if I was Ubisoft and I just released a random DLC for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is over 10 years
yeah.
old, you know that would be. I mean, people would probably love that actually. That
People
people
would love
probably
that.
would
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that. Yeah, just be like so out the blue. Whereas if they gave it a good storyline, gave it a good narrative, and it was a successful game as well, then it could be a possibility of being a really good idea for the franchise and company, really. What about
yeah.
yourself? What do you think?
I think I think it definitely opens up the question of like, um, could we see other games do the same thing? Could a country be like, right, I want to increase the tourism in this country. Let's release a DLC for this game. What do you think? Like potentially, it could for the older games of Assassin's Creed. Again, it could work. Not necessarily release it for the old games, but if they were to do a remake, let's say the remake of Black Flag was a real remake and that was a thing coming and we don't know yet still. But the Caribbean decided that they wanted to add tourism to their, that would be the best way to do it. Like millions
Yeah,
of people would play that game. Could
I feel like they should do it because they want to, not because they need to. Although
yeah,
boosting tourism is positive and wanting to let other people in on something like this is cool. A really good sign of connection of being friendly, but also you've got to want to do it not just to make it look good, but so the story makes sense and the characters go out and
yeah,
people enjoy it. You don't want to do it for the sake of it. It has to be for that reason's quite important, but for another reason as well. Like you say,
Yeah,
you could do something for a nation to help tourism, but it could be absolutely dog rubbish, you know.
yeah,
And
it could
there's
absolutely
no
kill
point
you.
putting
Yeah,
effort into something if people are not going to enjoy it and
yeah.
complain and give them another reason to hate something, you know. So yeah,
And I was
depends how they go
quite,
about it.
yeah, but I was quite surprised considering the 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 feel for Mirage. I since I've been playing Mirage, I've seen that the reception for it has been very 50-50. Like you either love it or you hate it, and some people are kind of in the middle. So I'm surprised that they're even going down this route. It seems like it seems weird from Ubisoft, and it seems weird from Saudi Arabia. Surely they, because I believe they've just brought EA games as well. I think so. I'm just surprised that they've gone down this route.
Yeah,
But I'm here for it. I love Mirage, and I more time with Basim is going to be fantastic. So
I think it's to bring it up, to refresh it from the surface, just so
yeah,
it's spoken about more. So, but yeah, like it's like Cole just said, it's
new
new
content,
gameplay,
yeah, new
new
strategy.
content. Yeah, exactly, new everything. So yeah, if it works out in their favor, brilliant. If it doesn't, it happens. It was an experiment, but true AC fans would be there to support it.
Just looking where the Hidden Ones DLC took place,
Yeah, do it.
because Noah just said that it took place in Saudi as well. No, so it's a mountainous region in ancient Egypt. That's where it took place, Noah. So not Saudi.
Half right.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah,
close. I think my geography is not great, but
neither. But
um,
yeah, I have always loved Assassin's Creed. Like, think from just being younger, you know, I played the first one, but I didn't really get into it. It was the second one that I just, it
oh,
was just being
AC2. Oh my god.
having that, being Ezio Auditore, and just, it was so good. And I think I will always have that sense of love for the franchise, no matter where they go. They will always have that sweet spot with me.
So
Yeah, good.
no, I agree. Loading up, I liked AC1. I liked it. Um, I didn't I didn't like Desmond as much. I just wanted to be out here all the time.
Yeah.
And then Ezio came along, and there was just something about Ezio that was just like, this guy's fantastic. And that's where I think most fans who have played those games first, that's where their love comes from. I don't care how good the series gets or how bad it gets. For me, the love is there because of AC2. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
fantastic game. The
I
music, the
think you,
setting.
yeah, you were just Desmond as well. You were playing
Yeah,
as Desmond. You just were Desmond, going through this like mental, like I don't want to do my life, to being captured, to then being forced into doing
yeah,
something, but then also enjoying it and then learning stuff and going on this journey to, like, you
yeah,
chose a side to work with. Like, it was just cool. And then Ezio was like, he lost so much when he was younger, and then kind of developed from a boy to a man, and just to see that, like, I think we all just kind of connected well with just all of it. And just, yeah, like I say, it's always, without a doubt, no matter how and what happens, it will always have a piece
yeah.
of my love and soul into it.
The,
Anytime.
so what's
Anytime. I
your
don't care what the game is.
the question is
Anytime.
then, what's your favorite line from AC2?
AC2. Favorite
Yeah,
line or like favorite scene?
favorite. We'll go favorite scene because
Um,
I have a favorite line.
I think I know what you're going to say. I have a feeling. I love when, I believe, if I'm getting this right, when Ezio gets his revenge on the person who he kills, and he talks about, what's it? The Auditories are not all dead. I'm still alive. It's me, Ezio. That bit in
It's
time.
such a good scene
Yeah,
when
is that what
he
you say as
kills
well?
him. Yeah, when he kills him and he
And he's,
goes, "The Auditori are not dead. It's
yeah, that's
me,
it.
Ezio, Ezio Auditori." And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, fucking
And
oh
do I love about that as well, which no one will ever say until now. I love the camera spin, how it's like
yeah, how it
it's
pans with him.
music,
It's
it's like oh mate,
yeah, it's
it
such a
like
good like the camera follows him. It's so good.
so good, man. Oh my
It
god,
gives
so
me
good.
like literal goosebumps just talking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
My legs are shivering, mate. My legs are shivering now thinking about it, mate. Whoa! Yeah.
but I think another good line is again it's from AC2 and it's when Ezio's brother says to him, "It's a good life we lead, brother." And then
Oh yeah.
it just you stood on that tower clock, and then it just goes away. You can just the sign comes up, Assassin's Creed 2, and the music starts playing, and you're like, "Oh my god!" It's an
Oh my
absolute
god.
oh
Yeah.
that
Good.
hearing Ezio's family for the first time was, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just something. To be fair, it's a me, Mario. That is a good line too.
It's the mirror,
Is
mate. When I
it
saw that, it's the mirror,
crack me
Mario.
up?
Actually, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
who
good.
is
I
this
think
guy?
another bit I really enjoyed it is when he gets like officially in the creed as well and into the brotherhood. He gets this ring finger burn. I think that's quite a big momentum of like he's now chosen this path, this
Yeah,
life. This is the moment of realization, like wow, this is me now. But that's quite a small little subtle detail
like, do
into
you
it as
think at
well.
any do you think at any point during um
It was real life.
during yeah, do you think at any point during AC2 or Brotherhood that the Borgias just went, for fuck's sake, if we just let this family live, we could have won. Like they created the very
Yeah,
monster that they despise. They created their own downfall by killing the Auditori family and leaving Ezio alive.
I think
Do you know
they
they?
didn't really have. Yeah, no, I don't think they really had that mindset or care for that. And obviously, at the end of the day, these are soldiers just doing their job,
Yeah,
minding their business. They don't know who Ezio is or his family. They're just being there to be paid. So when you think about all those people, all those Borgias you killed as Ezio, they're just there for their paychecks to go home.
you know
You
what
just
about
killed it.
like
Yeah,
when you're fighting Rodrigo,
yeah,
fist fight? Do you think that he like? Because I've thought many times before that he's just stood there going, if I just let this family live, he Ezio probably would never have become an assassin. He probably
yeah.
would have got away with it a little bit more.
I think
He's
Rodrigo was full of hate and his mindset was so clouded. He didn't think about anything apart from himself. He was willing to get rid of his sister just so he could do anything and have
yeah,
that sense of power. And that's all he wanted from the Apple of Eden. That's all he ever wanted. So, like, his mind, especially when you touch on the Apple of Eden, his mindset and his way of thinking was not even there, So, yeah, even the Pope struggled and wanted the power as well. So, it's kind of like people who touch and are involved in the apple get their minds corrupted and that obsession built of wanting more and wanting to be a god
yeah.
essentially. So yeah, no, it's quite interesting.
I was thinking of Rodrigo. I think Calvin was thinking of Cesar. Because Rodrigo's the
Oh,
Pope that he fights at
oh,
the end of AC2.
oh, okay.
Cesar is his son, who's a bit of a dick.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, okay, I get
Um,
confused. But yeah, you catch one.
there's so many. The thing is, there's so many names, and to remember everybody's name is just, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Years ago, it's like
yeah.
years ago, I played AC2 and I don't even know how long.
Um,
Let alone Brotherhood and others and that.
so when I started doing Assassin's Creed content, which was probably about a year and a half now, maybe even 2 years, I started playing AC1, and then I got to AC2, and I was like, I'm just taking my time with this. This is such a good, even now in 2025, it's such a good game to play. Like, it plays really well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, I think it's just a timeless classic.
Yeah.
So, leading me on to my next question. On Thursday, I think it is the 10th anniversary of Syndicate's release. How
That's gone quick.
Yeah, it has. Did you play it? And what did you think of the first like dual protagonist system? How did you get on with it?
Yeah, no, I like the concept of having two people because I thought, you could then, if you got, it's good to see two different lives, two different stories, two different personalities. And I love that you could switch from both of them. So if you did get bored of one, you could go to another. But I think the execution could have been a lot better. I love the setting and the idea of it, but I think, the characters were a bit, I don't know, I feel like it was kind of like they weren't really super serious and kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I finished it and I just like, I was like, didn't really have that
Yeah,
connection which you would do with previous protagonists. And like, for like when you're playing this a character through a game, Assassin's Creed or anything, you want to build that kind of like connection because you want to feel how they feel. Like The Last of Us, for example, you felt how Joel felt,
yeah,
and I feel like that's a big part of telling the story. And I just, I've got the concept, the idea was cool, but I just feel like the execution could have been done a lot better.
yeah.
And I think even now, I tried it again recently, and just felt the same. But obviously, people did like Syndicate as well. It's not saying
Yeah.
it's a super bad game. Everybody hated it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And I think I was comparing the old stuff to it quite a lot instead of trying something new. And it just, yeah, for me, just didn't sit well. Truth be told. What
I
about you?
I initially I really enjoyed it. I thought the two characters bouncing off each other, very confrontational with each other, was a really good dynamic. But I went back to it recently, and it just felt really, I don't know. Someone mentioned in my comments a couple of days ago that it was cartoony, and I can see what they mean. And like Cole said, I use Jacob pretty much for every mission. Like, I very rarely used Evie at all.
Yeah.
She just felt like a bit of, she was at the wayside, kind of like how Yasuke is in Shadows. I don't use him for the everyday missions. I use him
Yeah.
for when I have to fight 60 people, because otherwise he's just not. And it's the same with Evie. She always felt a bit weaker and a bit bland compared to Jacob's sarcastic, no nonsense. And I think it probably would have done better.
I feel like.
I feel like it probably would have
Yeah,
done better
no, I
if it
agree.
had just
Yeah.
been Jacob, and Evie was just a side character.
Yeah. I feel like with games like that, you have to add like a disadvantage and advantage. Like Naoe in Shadows was good at stealth and assassinating, whether but she's bad can be bad at combat with big people. Whereas Yasuke is really rubbish and bad at stealth, but could tear an army apart. So it's good to
Yeah.
kind of have that. But with, Jacob and Evie, it didn't have that. One wasn't good at one thing and one was bad at the
Yeah.
other, which would have to force you to switch. Which Shadows did a little bit better, but like you said, you always end up using one more anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Syndicate didn't have that, no. So it was like you said, use Jacob more or Evie more,
Yeah. I think the setting was great. Like Victorian London was a really good setting. The only part of the
Yeah.
gameplay I didn't particularly enjoy was the grappling hook. I thought it took parkour out a little
Yeah.
bit. It was just felt a bit bland. And
It felt a bit unrealistic.
yeah,
Well,
like you could shoot that grappling hook so far, and
yeah.
like you could span like a couple of streets in like seconds, and it just made it just really, I don't know, really rubbish. And riding in the horse and cart, I hated doing those missions. Those were just awful. But Noah says here that Syndicate has arguably the best assassination missions in the franchise in terms of opportunities. I do think that the thing I like from from Syndicate, and it was in Mirage as well, is that you would have these cutscenes where it would pop up R2 to assassinate, and you could assassinate them halfway through the cutscene, which I thought was really good, and I think that more of the games should do them. Like stabbing a target through the painting. I just think they were really, really unique sections, I think. What about you?
Yeah, no, it's quite a challenging question, really. I think, yeah, like I say, it was good. The idea was good, but the execution could have been better
Yeah,
all round. I'll tell you what I do miss. You just, back into the old Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revelations, Black Flags, where you can just walk with a hidden blade, and you can just go,
oh, you could just pop them out.
yeah, and you can walk around, and you could be like walking like this. You just go, and you're just constantly walking.
Just pop them out.
No, you can't do that anymore. You can't do that anymore. It's gutted. You miss it. It's like you walk through a crowd of people, and you're walking from out the way. You just go, yeah, you can't do that anymore.
The way
Fuming.
The way Altair just pushed everybody, like when he's moving through a crowd and he just pushes everybody. One, that is so unrealistic, because if I was in a crowd and some guy just put his hand on my forehead and just moved me out of the way,
Yeah.
so he could walk past, we'd have issues. But yeah, it was just the way. I think if we got back to how the assassins moved in crowds, would be pretty good. Like they just push people out the way. Even he would like sometimes just move just his shoulders just to.
I remember playing Revelations, and for some reason I got really bored, and I just went to this one NPC, and I just went around him like this. But then I just went around him in a circle, so like I didn't push past him. I just kind of held his shoulder and went.
Just walked around him.
I was like going in between and pushing him left to right like he was a boxing bag or something. And I was like, I don't care, this is funny. And like the guy just stood there like,
yeah, like what's going on now? Yeah.
What's he doing? And he's like you say, didn't do anything. He just kind of allowed it. I was like, okay, cool, that works.
So, if you could remake, you've been given an unlimited budget to make an Assassin's Creed remake. What remake are you doing? And are you keeping it as close to the original as possible?
Thing is, I'm a bit biased because I love the originals. Like anything from number 2, Assassin's Creed 2 to like Black Flag. I loved that style of gameplay. I thought it was quite cool. It wasn't too cliche, and you knew what you were getting yourself into. Obviously, I'd add improvements like parkour and other strategy stuff, but yeah, obviously that I I don't know why. I've got a really big thing for Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay.
And I know saying that they did like two remasters of it. I'd love
Remasters
to.
are awful.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was just the same game, but they upgraded the quality like
Yeah,
a little bit. If I was to do that, maybe give that another opportunity because I feel like they could have done more. And I just love. I don't know why. There's something about Connor that really hits hard for me, and there's so much in there they could have done. Although it started off really slow, you played as Haytham for like a good old hour or so. I think there was more to do, more to tell, more story. You know,
yeah,
if you look at the deaths of the assassins, it tells you everything about how
yeah,
they died, apart from Connor because it's unknown. And I feel like you could work so much more off
yeah,
that. Maybe number three, or people like you said we spoke about earlier, people would love to see two remake. Assassin's
yeah,
Creed 2, bring Desmond back, bring back young Ezio and him growing up, and for the generations Zen Alpha or wherever they are now to
yeah,
experience that as like we did when we were younger. It would just give that new insight to Assassin's Creed and potentially could bring in more
yeah.
fans.
I think
Franchise if they did it with number two.
yeah, I think Ubisoft as a company should stay away from remasters because I loved Assassin's Creed 3 when it came out. Thought Connor was a great protagonist. He's in my top five. Um,
So much hate though.
yeah, but also it was such a good game. And then they remastered it, and it's like the facial animations are all wrong. Like it just feels like it almost feels like a demaster, not a remaster. It just
Yeah,
feels,
I feel like they got the game, copied and pasted it, did a little bit of graphics to it, and that was it. It didn't add
yeah,
like styles or anything.
yeah,
So hoping with these rumors of Black Flags, 'cause I actually enjoy Black Flags as well. If they do it,
ugh,
that they can not only remaster it but change it to a certain level to that it's to people's approval and what they
yeah,
want to see added and what they've learned and make put their own little touches to it
yeah.
while making a remaster. I think
Okay,
that
so
would be cool.
we were
Oh,
having a good back and forth, but I feel like my next statement is gonna
go
cause
for
an
it.
issue. So
I
I
stretched them.
I
Yeah,
I do not like Black Flag. Um,
yeah.
Black Flag for me is a really difficult game. And it's just not fun for me. But that being said, if there is a remake, I am very much looking forward to it because I think, especially if they lean heavily into the RPG style, because it's practically an RPG as it is. If they lean heavily more into that and go with it, I think it could potentially be a great game. And I talk about this a lot. And Cole just said, "Can't wait to see James play the remake." If the remake is real, I make this promise now. I will play it and I will finish it, and I will give my honest opinion. I want to like Black Flag. I really want to like it. It's got pirates, it's got ships, it's got all these things that I love, but I just couldn't get into it. Um,
I think it's either a hit or miss. I think it's one of those that people like it or they don't. There's never, there's in the middle. But I reckon there's people they love it or they don't. I think people love it because it's a pirate aspect, and it just fits so well. But there's like people who don't like it. It could be to do with the character or like the too
yeah,
many tailor missions. Because there's
television was
most of
awful.
there's like 60% of the missions are tailing, which
Oh,
after a while that gets bloody boring. But yeah, I feel
so
like it's a
repetitive.
thing. Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, it's a massive love and hate thing for it. So, but yeah, I feel like you never know. You should play it, stream it, platinum it, or get
Uh,
all the trophies.
okay, so I'm gonna say this. I have tried playing it on this channel so many times, and I just can't get through it. And every
People
time
would
I'm
love
like,
that,
I
James.
was,
People would love to see that. You get angry and frustrated with it, but you just do it anyway for the fans. Do it for the
and then
fans.
everyone's like,
The ones that came
I'm just like,
before, do it.
I'm just like I want to like it, and I, with all good
Yeah.
intentions, I'm like, right, this time we're gonna finish it. This time we're gonna try and do it, guys. We're gonna try and do this for you. And it just, I think I streamed it for two lives, and then decided I couldn't put myself through it anymore. So I get about 10 hours into the game, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Edward is boring, is frustrating. I don't think naval combat belongs in an Assassin's Creed game. It's too big, it's too open, it's just ugh. And I recently tried Skull and Bones. I don't know if you've tried it, but apparently it's not very good. I would argue that is better than Black Flag. And you don't even get off your ship. You don't even do anything. Like, just pilot a ship. It's boring as fuck.
We all have our opinions, you know. We all have our opinions.
We all have our opinions. We do. And that is right. And mine is correct for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's a really. I remember Black Flag coming out because I am that old. I remember it coming out, and I wanted to love it, and I wanted to thoroughly immerse myself in this new adventure. But for me, it always felt like the way that people complain about the RPG games now is how I felt about Black Flag.
Yeah.
I don't think I can. I think this is why I can't get past it. It's because I can never forgive it. I was so hyped for it, and I was so much into it that I just couldn't. I just can't forgive it.
Oh, that's fair. Like I say, we have our opinions, you know. It's all good.
But if there is a remake, I very much want to enjoy it, and I want to play it. And Ubisoft, if you're listening, and it is real, and you want to send me a special code so that I can run around and proof the game for you, that's great. I'll do that.
I think you're taking the mick now, mate. You're taking the mick now. You just want to show off you have a copy of it, that's why. You see,
like, look at this that I'll never touch, I'll never play it, I'll never do anything with it. So going back to content creation, that's something we both do, and we do it for ourselves and we do it for the ones who came before. What does making content look like to you? So for me, I have anywhere from like 6 to 10 videos on my phone, either in my camera roll or in my drafts on TikTok, just so I've got video ideas popping up whenever I need to. What does making content look like to you? How does that?
I think it's just I want to see stuff and I want to create it. I want to use what comes from my crazy and mental head and bring it to life. Like I say, I've always been in the creative industry of wanting to be in front of the camera, also behind, and I just loved that. You know, I used to make, when I was younger, I speak about this with a friend earlier, we used to make movies, like short little movies about zombies and stuff, and that was quite fun. I really enjoyed doing that, and just, yeah, I feel like with work and life and responsibility, to do something that like that and what I do, I just enjoy it. It's a bit of a hobby, especially getting to do videos for the ones that came before us, a cool opportunity, and I've gotten to meet so many good people like yourself from it. So like, it's benefited me in such a good way. It's just been fun, and when I have the time to do it, I do love doing it. And when I got the ideas, I do love doing it. I think it's just been a part of me. Truth be told, and I can't see myself not doing anything creative because that's just me in a nutshell. I just love being creative and having fun, you know.
So how long have you been with the ones who came before? How long?
Yeah, I don't even know. There was a period I was kind of off and on. I start maybe even a year, maybe even a little bit longer. I don't know, Carl. You have to
Yeah.
figure out that
Well,
out.
you can
I
let
think
us
I
know.
started doing. Yeah, when I first started, I had a lot more time, so I was making a load of stuff regularly, and I think because I got out a load of when I started working, like I started doing a little bit less, but I've been coming backwards and forwards here and
Yeah.
there. And yeah, like I said, I do what I can and to progress and do better. And yeah, no, it's good.
So
And then seeing the account grow, everybody working together as a team to talk and do something they're passionate about, it's just good. It's good being around those kind of people who
yeah.
like and do the same thing as you. So
So
I'm very blessed.
you joined in autumn of 2024.
Yeah, so last year.
So
Damn.
last year, that's yeah. So it's been
Ah.
nearly a year now. So what's it been like for you joining the ones who came before? How's because I know that when I got the email from Cole offering me like saying that he'd seen my stuff and he was like he wanted to invite me to join the team and whatever. I thought it was fake at first, so I found the ones who came before website and I actually emailed them directly and was like, "Look, I've had this email. Is it real? Is it correct?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is." I was like, "Great," and it felt good to be noticed for something that I feel very passionate about and I enjoy doing. So how did you feel receiving that? Like, oh, Calvin, we love your content. Come and do some for us. How?
Yeah. Um, yeah, no, it's so random. It was just a random day, and I get this text, and I'm like, okay, this is random. How do you even know I like Assassin's Creed? How do you even know that? Because I
Yeah,
don't post
yeah,
anything. I've maybe done like the odd two things, but like, how do you even know? And then at first I was like, look, 200 quid a video, money straight up. And then he said it's on TV. I was like, you know what? I'm joking. I'll do it for free because I love it. And then yeah, I started doing some random stuff relating to that, and just yeah, no, it's been interesting. I'd love to do more, but obviously with things going on in life, it can be like
yeah,
work, family, it can be very time consuming. Yeah, no, definitely want to put more time and effort into everybody, and you never know. It's led to really good things. I've had opportunities that I never thought I would, and yeah, like I said, I'm willing to do more when I can, and yeah, with the time and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you could join us for one of our tier list streams because they're
yeah, I
always
love
great fun. Like we did one recently on YouTube. Um, there was a couple of us from the content team, like the video
yeah.
team. Um,
Anything live streaming like this, or video work, or brainstorming, I'm happy to get involved with and
yeah,
do my
it's definitely
part.
so.
So,
I think it's something that we should all try and do. We should get Cole on these to do these a bit more because he's a natural in front of the camera and he's really good. Like he spoke to some great people over the last few weeks, and he's been really good to sit and watch. So
I
it'd be
know he
nice to
interviewed.
get.
I know he interviewed the voice of Ezio as well. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
so he managed to. I know that he's spoken to. So he listens to the Podyssey podcast. So he got to manage to speak to one of the guys from it last week. He
yeah,
spoke to like Andy Reloads, and he spoke to some people that I follow, and one day I aspire to be. And Cole knows these people on like a personal level, which is mind blowing. Um, the peak for me. Oh, so I was going to ask you what your peak is joining. Oh, I was going to ask what your peak is joining the ones who came before. What has been your most enjoyable moment so far?
Um, getting a message probably from
Oh.
Carl, and he was like, "Are you PlayStation, Xbox?" And I was like, "Why? Would you want that? You want to buy me a PS5, PS6?" And he was like, "Here you are." He was so blunt. He was like, "Here you are, got you." And I was like, "What's this?" Just put it into your console. Boom. Shadows comes up. I'm like, "You're joking."
What you mean? I had to
Any
pay full. I had to pay full price for it.
yeah,
Right,
Carl,
Cole.
what?
Just saying, hit me up.
Right,
You need to
roll up the
reimburse me on this
sleeves,
one, right?
roll out the phone.
Yeah, come on. Like, I need reimbursing for this. I paid full price for that.
There was a refund. He's mad. He's fuming. Yeah, no, he just messaged me like, "You are, dude. You've been doing well. Here you go." And then I made content from it as well. So yeah, no, it was that was really cool, and I just really
Wow.
enjoyed that. And to get it, it felt like I kind of felt really like proper VIP.
Yeah,
It was
like
nice to
you.
be said in that way, and yeah, no, doing what
So,
you can to provide for the workers,
yeah.
because well-being is important, So yeah, no, that was probably a cool moment so far. By yourself,
So I get. So he sends me an email every now and then. He's like, James got no. He'll DM me on Discord and be like, James, I've sent you an email. It's something
check
I
it.
think you'll like, and it's always something I like. But my peak so far has been talking to Rick Bower. That was something.
Oh,
That was
really?
something special. Yeah. Chatting with him was. It's just when you see these people posting on online and stuff. I'm still very much a fan. Like to me, I know it's a person, but it's like almost otherworldly, very godly, and you're like, and then sat talking
Yeah.
to him. Like the week leading up to us going live on the episode, he was like, "Ah, James, here's my number. If we have a problem during the live, you can call me." And then he's like, "Oh, he
Oh,
sends me,
legend.
yeah, he sends me a message every now and then. He's like, ah, I'm doing this or this. If you need any help with this, like with your one word video, I messaged him and was like, I know you said you could help me with anything for Assassin's Creed. We're doing a video where we just say one word that describes Assassin's Creed for us. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. He's like, let me get back to school where the shark head's behind me, and then I'll do it. I was like, mate, he's so approachable. He's just a generally good guy, and that for me has been my pinnacle. That has been
Yeah.
my moment. I just wanted to. I thought I saw. Oh, Cole the scammer. You're not a scammer, but it came. It felt like one of those. Like I don't know if you get them on TikTok, Calvin, but I get messages every now and then that's like, "Oh, I really liked your content. Let's follow each other and let's be friends, and I can really
Yeah.
help you." And that's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's what it felt like, and I was like, "What is going on right now?" So I looked for the website, I found them. It's like, I think someone's impersonating you. If they are, I'm sorry, but I don't want to accept anything in case if it's a scam. And Cole was
yeah.
actually like, no, um, that's not true. It really is us. Um, Come and join us and
That's
see what you think. And I was like, oh my god, it was like asked my partner, I was like a absolute giddy, like a schoolgirl in a playground. Just like, oh my god, I've been asked to do this. This is amazing. This is so good. It was like I
love
finally
that.
made it. And then Cole was like, it's for free. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, all
Okay.
right. Good damn it,
Um,
Carl.
yeah. No, but I actually don't. It's not something I've even thought about. Like, I'm happy because it's Assassin's Creed. I'm just happy that I'm talking to people that
Yeah,
love the
that's it.
series as much as I do, and um, want to do as much as for the community as we can. And for me, I don't have to be paid anything to do it. I'd happily do this for free.
There you go. That's the main
But
thing about
I'm just saying, Cole, if you were thinking about giving us all wages, I wouldn't say no to that either.
Oh, I'll just work even harder. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd actually put more effort into stuff. I think that's it. We've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes. Sadly, there's no money. But maybe okay. So what I'm hearing is, if we get monetized, so that is the carrot in front of us. If we get monetized potentially, it's just keep going.
Working
just
hard.
keep going.
What else we get?
But no, I know that we recently passed 6,000 followers on TikTok. Yeah, maybe some cookies too. I love a cookie. YouTube's doing really well at the moment. Some stuff that Cole's been posting is doing. Some of the shorts and stuff is doing from the podcast. They're doing really well. So everything's heading in the right direction. So that's great.
Good.
I think I have no more questions on my sheet. Do you have anything you want to?
No, I just want to say it was a privilege to be on this stream with you, James. It's
been great fun.
Is there anything I can do? Any ideas, whatever? Let's do more stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Same with Cole. If there's anything you need to do, just let me know. I'll try to do my best.
Before we head off, and I tell everybody about next week's show. Where can people find you and show their support for you?
So the account is the ones that came before. Anything social media, the ones that came before.
Nice, well done. Well done. I like it. So actually, next week's show is a special show for our 15th episode of this new style of podcast that we're doing. So next week's show is a team special where myself and Cole will be hosting together, and we will be having members of the ones who came before join us for 30 minutes at a time to have a chat with us, have a laugh with us, and then run away. So Calvin, you can definitely be on that list as well if you're free.
You're so nice. Yeah, okay. No, I'll see what I'll do next.
Yeah.
Next Sunday. Okay, that's good with me.
Well done. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. It's been great fun having you here. Again, if you aren't yet and you want to follow us on the ones who came before, we're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky, X. We're on everything. So drop us a follow for more great Assassin's Creed news, some skits from Calvin. And yeah, we appreciate everybody being here. It's been great fun. Calvin, thank you for coming. It's been lovely. And I will see everybody next week. So good night.
Namaste. Bye-bye.